I returned home early. It was raining, soft and gray, the kind of rain that makes you feel like time's been slowed just for you. But when I slid my key into the lock, it didn't fit. I tried again, harder. The metal scraped, refused, rejected. My first thought wasn't fear, it was confusion. Then something colder followed. My son's bike leaned against the wall, rain dripping off its frame. His helmet still hung from the handlebar. He never left it there. Ryan? No answer. The house was silent in a way that felt deliberate, like someone had turned off its pulse. I knocked, called again. Nothing. When the police finally pried the door open, they looked at me the way people do when they're about to say something they don't want to. "Sir," one said quietly, "you might want to sit down." But I didn't. I stepped past them. The air inside was stale, thick. Every room looked untouched, except one, the living room. There were 2 wine glasses on the table, one still half full, lipstick on the rim. My wife's perfume lingered in the air. She was gone. My son wasn't. He sat on the couch, eyes red, holding a note in both hands. I took the note. His small fingers trembled as he let go. "She said she's sorry," he whispered. "She said not to hate her." The handwriting was hers. The tone wasn't. "I didn't want you to find out like this," it began, "but I can't keep pretending. You were a good husband, a good father, but you were never his father." The words didn't hit me all at once. They slid under my skin, slow and precise. Not his father. For a moment, I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Ryan looked at me like he was waiting for an explanation I didn't have. "Go to your room," I told him gently. He obeyed. I stood there, staring at those 7 words until they blurred into static. Not his father. There's a kind of pain that doesn't make you scream. It makes you quiet, focused, the kind that rewires you. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at the kitchen table with the letter under the dim light and read it over and over until I memorized every lie. In the morning, I began to search. Phone records, emails, bank statements. She'd been careful, not perfect. There were transfers, small, consistent payments to a name I didn't recognize. A man, a doctor. I drove to his clinic that afternoon, pretending to be a patient. He greeted me with the kind of warmth that comes from routine deceit. His eyes flicked to the ring on my finger, then back to mine. He didn't recognize me, but I recognized him. From a photo on her phone 2 months ago, one she claimed was a colleague's retirement party. He smiled then, the same smile I'd seen in that photo, the same smile my son had. It was in that moment I understood. She hadn't left me. She had run to him. But she made one mistake. She underestimated silence. I didn't confront her immediately. I waited. A week later, she called. Her voice was thin, rehearsed. "Is Ryan okay?" "He's fine," I said. "We both are." There was a pause, relief in her breath. Then I told her, "We got the DNA results." Silence. A long, cracking silence. "I wanted to tell you," she said finally. "No," I replied. "You wanted to hide it." She began to cry, the kind of crying that comes too late to matter. When I hung up, I sent the report to her new address. No message, just the paper. I knew she'd open it while he was there. I wanted him to read it too. Let the truth speak for itself. Let it poison their future the way their lies had poisoned mine. 2 days later, she showed up at the door. This time my key worked. Hers didn't. She looked smaller than I remembered. Desperate. Eyes swollen. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said. "I was lonely. You were always working." I stepped aside, letting her see Ryan behind me, drawing quietly on the floor. "You should go," I said. She took a step forward. "He's my son." I cut her off. "You left him starving in a house full of lies." Her lips parted, words dying in her throat. "I didn't tell him," I continued. "But one day he'll ask, and when he does, I'll hand him that letter." Her face broke, not from guilt, but from losing control. She laughed without another word. It's been 6 months. Ryan doesn't ask about her anymore. He just says good night and sleeps through the storms now. The lock has been changed. The house is quiet again, honest even. Sometimes, when I stand by the door, I remember that first night, the key that wouldn't fit. It wasn't the lock that changed, it was the life behind it. I used to think betrayal destroyed people. Now I know, it only strips away the lies that kept them blind. And when the truth finally opens the door, you realize you were never locked out. You were being set free.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.